Hi yogis and friends. This is Connie Stultz, and I'm happy to have you here for my first recorded chair class. So in terms of the waiver that you normally fill out before an in-person class, this is for people who may be viewing this and have never filled out my waiver before. So by participating in this online class, you affirm that you're in good physical health and that you don't suffer from any medical conditions that would limit your participation in these classes offered by me, Connie Stultz, online. And you understand that it's your responsibility to consult with a physician regarding your participation in any kind of yoga activity offered by me. And you understand the risk associated with activities offered by yoga teachers in general and me in particular. And you agree to follow all instructions so that you can safely participate in the yoga classes. So with that done, let's find a comfortable seat. We're going to find seated mountain pose. Feel your sits bones on your chair and check in with your feet. They're about hip distance apart and they look like the number 11, so they're parallel. Pull in a little bit at the tummy in the abdominal area. Sit up tall, drop your shoulders down away from your ears. If you haven't already done so, go ahead and close your eyes. Or just have very soft eyes looking down in front of you. We'll begin by centering, breathing, being aware of our sits bones on the chair, being aware of the temperature in the room, wherever you are. Perhaps be aware of some outside noises that you might be hearing. Just let them fade into the background as you bring your awareness inside into the space you're in and bringing your awareness internally within yourself. Letting go of any thoughts that might come into your mind about what was happening earlier today, and also release any thoughts about what might be coming into your mind about the future, what you might be doing later today or tomorrow. Let it all go. Bring your awareness to your breath. It's the breath that will always keep us in the present moment, connected to our inner light, our inner voice, paying close attention to our body, our physical body, and our mind and our emotions. This could even go to the way you're feeling spiritually in your soul, in your heart. I'll invite you to set an intention. What would you like to gain from practicing here today? How would you like to feel? How would you like to be after class? And let that be your intention. Let's go ahead and gently open the eyes, and we're going to practice long, deep breathing with movement. Inhale through the nose and fill the lungs to capacity. Exhale, bring your palms out, hands come down and all the way back to heart center. Let's do this a few times as we practice inhaling, filling the lungs, Exhaling through the nose, pulling your navel back towards the spine. Push all the stale air out. Continue then at your own pace. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling long and deep through the nose. Let's do this 3 more times. Connecting breath with movement. This is the essence of a yoga practice. Bringing that life force into the body through the breath. As we move our physical bodies and bring health to our physical bodies. Let's take a moment. Now let's work on the spine, moving the spine in all 6 ways it can move. We're going to start with flexion and extension. This is a seated cat-cow. So bring your hands onto your knees if they're not already there. Inhale, lift the chest. Look up if that feels comfortable on your neck. And then exhale, pull back. Let your chin come to your chest. And reverse it and continue. Inhaling, finding that curvature in the back. Exhaling back. Pull your navel in, arch your spine, and inhale forward again. So do this a few more times at your own pace. You can make it feel really good. Notice what's going on in your back muscles. Notice how it feels when you open up your heart space as you come forward. Let's do 3 more rounds. By a round, I mean 1 inhale, 1 exhale. So this is the second to last round. Lifting, exhaling back. Last time. Inhaling forward, lifting, looking up, exhaling all the way back. Pull your chin in, pull your navel in, and then come back to center. Now we're going to be twisting side to side, 1 breath, 1 movement. Take a deep inhale right here as you sit in mountain pose, looking forward, and then exhaling over to your right. Deep exhale, make it long and slow and deep. Inhale, come forward. Other side, 1 breath, 1 movement. Continue at your own pace. Hugging a little bit at the core. Drop your shoulders down. Find that twist through the spine. And imagine trying to twist through the middle of the spine. So that's the thoracic spine. Trying to get our biggest twist from that area. We can also look over your shoulder and do a twist of the neck or the cervical spine. Let's do 1 more on each side. Pull in your navel, make this twist a little deeper. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, over. And inhale, come forward. Good. Now moving the spine from side to side. It's the 5th and 6th ways the spine can move. Let's bring the arms up overhead, stretch and reach. Now bring your right arm down and you can hold on to your chair, the side of your chair, and then reach up and over. 1 breath, 1 movement as we warm up. Inhale, lift, reach. Exhale, other hand comes down, little support on the chair as you reach over with the other hand. Let's do that a few times, lifting and reaching. Possibly reaching over a little more every time as you find more flexibility coming into your spine. Remember to keep your long, deep breath going. Just notice how you're opening up the side body, and think about the lungs. The lung where the side is stretching, you're opening up that space, giving your lungs more space to bring in the life force. Let's do one more on each side. Inhale, reaching, and then exhale over to the other side. And let's come back to center. And now let's heel toe the feet out. We're going to go into some spinal rolls. Hands on knees, sitting up tall. Inhale, bring your chest forward, to the side, to the back. Continue at your own pace. As you inhale, think about bringing your heart forward. When you exhale, think about pulling your navel in and your shoulder blades are coming away from each other. Just finding as much movement as you can in the spine and the back, the hip area as well. We're moving energy, we're circulating blood, we're moving synovial fluid that's in the joints, and we're moving lymph from the lymphatic system. Go in the opposite direction. Let's continue. Try to do the second side as long as the first side. But in the second side, maybe you feel even more flexibility coming into your spine, and you can make the circle a little bit bigger, a little bit deeper. That's your choice. Let's go around about 3 more times here, breathing deeply, always staying connected with the breath. The yoga is essentially about breathing deeply for health and for calming the nervous system, connecting it with movement, the physical body. So I don't know if that was 2 or 3, so let's go around 1 more time. Good. And let's come back up to center. We're going to heel toe the feet back in so the feet are about hip distance apart. Let's inhale and then bring the shoulders up, and you can squeeze your shoulders and squeeze your face, and then exhale through the mouth. Let them drop down. 2 more times. Inhale. Last time. Inhale. And then release down. If you want to, you can roll them a little bit. Maybe together or one after the other. Now sit tall and see if you feel like your shoulders are a little bit farther down away from your ears now. Hopefully you've released a little more tension there. Let's bring the arms out, and so we're going to have our arms straight out, but you can actually bend into your elbows just a little bit, palms up. Let's take little baby circles backward. So this is working the upper back and opening up the chest. Also working your arm muscles. And now let's make these circles a lot bigger, getting more into the rotator cuff. Always breathing as you bring your arms up, and then exhaling as you bring them back down. Let's do 2 more. Big, big circles. Good. And now just shake your arms out. Let them relax a little bit, because we're going to put our arms up again. Okay. So last time we had our palms up. So this time let's turn our palms forward. with the same movement, little baby circles backwards. So you might feel this in a slightly different place in your back, especially. And notice the difference between having palms forward and palms up. Again, that's really excellent body awareness. And now, big circles. Lots of range of motion in the rotator cuff. Keeping the joints healthy. A couple more times around here. Good, and then release, and again, just shake out your arms. Good, shake out your hands. Now let's bring the hands out like this with spread fingers and then make tight fists. We're working on all the joints in the hands. Stretching out, tightening. Good. Now let's make claws. So we're going to take our fingertips together and then roll the wrist. Make this a really big circle. See how much range of motion you can find in your wrist. Go in the other direction. Our hands and wrists do so much for us. It's a good way to give back a little bit. Take care of the wrists and the joints in the hands. Good, and then shake it out. Let's have our hands onto our shoulders now. And we'll do several different movements with the shoulders here and the elbows. So on an exhale, bring your elbows in together like this. And on an inhale, pull them back and imagine that you're trying to make your elbows touch in the back. Of course, that won't happen, but imagine that you're trying to do that. And then exhale in, inhale out. Do this a few times. This is so healthy for the upper back and for our posture and for fighting tech neck, where we're all sticking our chins out farther than they need to be from looking at our phones and also doing other activities during our day. Let's do a couple more of these. Now the last time that you pull your elbows back, let's simply hold it there. Hold for a few breaths. Drop your shoulders down from your ears, but pull your elbows back and feel your scapula on both sides coming together to create a trench in your back. And then release. Now here you might want to take a little bit of movement in your shoulders just to release some tension you might have accidentally brought in. Good. Now let's drop our chin to our chest. And we'll take the right ear and we'll roll it gently up to the right shoulder. Pause for a moment. Exhale, back down. Back to the opposite side. Just continue at your own pace. Doing this very gently. We're working on the joints and tendons and ligaments and muscles in the neck. And we want to be very gentle here. Notice where these movements are activating your physical body. If you like, you can make a full circle with your head, being gentle and careful. If you decide to drop your head back, this might not be for you, that's okay. You can continue to move from side to side. If you hear any kind of sound in your neck, that would be very, very normal. So as long as this feels good and it doesn't hurt, it's okay to hear those funny little sounds. Go in the opposite direction. And still inhaling as you come up. Still working with your breath, that Dirga breath, long, deep yogic breathing. One of the healthiest things you can do for yourself on a daily basis, these long, deep breaths. And they're accessible to anybody. Anybody who's breathing can do this. One more time around. And then relax and bring the head back up. And now let's look left and right a few times. Notice where these stretches and movements are working on your neck. Try to keep your shoulders forward while you're looking over each of your shoulders. One more time on each side. Let's come back to center and look up and down. Stretch through the throat. Exhale down. Do this a few times. One more time, up and down. Good, and then bring your head back to center. Find your seated mountain pose again. You take a sip of water, you can too, of course. You might want to close your eyes for just a moment. See how all of those movements felt in your body. Notice what kind of energy it moved through your body. And are you feeling any better now in the upper body than when you first started this class? Bring your intention back into your awareness. Why are you here? Okay. Let's move forward with the legs. We'll continue to work on some joints here. So bring your right leg out and your heel is on the ground, but your toes are pointing up towards your torso. Pull them up as much as you can. Get that stretch through the calf, and then exhale, point. Feel that stretch through the shin, and then up again, and let's go back and forth a few times. Now we're going to roll the ankle. You can do that two ways. You can keep your heel on the ground, or you can support your leg underneath so your whole foot is in the air. Do what feels best for you. We're going for a big range of motion here in the ankle. So feel your toes spreading. Any little pops and cracks, as long as they don't hurt, are a good thing. It just says that we're moving our joints in a way that they are happy. And then let's go in the other direction as well. Bring that leg down. We'll do the other side. Left leg, heel on the ground. First of all, just point your toes up towards your torso. So flex your foot, flexing as hard as you can. Feel the calf muscles stretching in the back of your lower leg. And now point. The same thing here. Point as much as you can. Feel the shin, the muscles in the shin, stretching, releasing tensions. And then back and forth, pointing and flexing, pointing and flexing. Ankle roll on this side. Again, you can have your heel all the way down on your mat, or you can support your leg underneath with your interlocked fingers. Either way, take a big ankle roll here. Again, spread your toes, so think about spreading your toes, maybe moving them around a little bit. And then see how much range of motion you can get in your ankle. And maybe it's different from one side to the other. That's okay. Our bodies are actually asymmetrical in many, many ways. Then go in the other direction. But yoga helps us to balance out any asymmetry in our physical body, and also any asymmetry in our mental thoughts or our mood. One more time around, and then relax down. Good. Let's bring this right angle on top of the left knee. Flex the foot. We're going for a big glute stretch. If you feel a lot here, right in your glutes, sit here and stretch. If you need more intensity, hinge at the pelvis, come forward. Keep your foot flexed. Keep your back straight. Coming forward. Long, deep breathing. Remember to breathe and pull the life force that rides on the breath right there into your glute muscles on the right side. Let's take 3 more long, deep breaths here. Work with your belly on the exhale, pull your navel in. Stay with your breath, stay with the physical sensations. Let any thoughts that are unwelcome, let them simply float away. And then release. Let's do the other side. And again, check in, sit up tall. One side might be a lot stiffer than the other. So decide, on this side, do you just want to stay here, flex your foot, or do you want to hinge at the pelvis and come forward a little bit? So hinging, hinging. Long, deep breathing. Relax your jaw and relax the tongue in the bottom of the mouth. If you feel your glute muscles release, you can move into that space that releases. It may or may not happen. If you held this long enough, it surely would. We're going to go for just a couple more breaths. And just know that if you don't feel that, you're always doing something good for your body. Stretching, moving the joints, and then release. Go ahead and come up. So I'm going to stand, and this will be an experiment. I need to see if I'm going to need to adjust my camera. So bear with me for just a moment. Go ahead and stand and find standing mountain pose. So while you do that, I'm going to check in and see how this is going to work. I think you'll be able to see me just fine. You can give me feedback, of course, afterwards. So we're standing in standing mountain pose. Okay. Let's do our very basic sun salutation, beginning of a sun salutation. So let's inhale and reach the arms up overhead, bring the palms together. Exhale, forward fold. When you come down, bend into your knees a little bit or a lot, and then decide how far you want to go down. And then root through your feet and come all the way up again. Reach, lengthen the spine. Second time down, bend into your knees. Decide if you want your head above or below your heart. Everyone will be different. Inhale, rise. Last time, down and up. In this way. Relax your head, relax your neck. Inhale, root through your feet. Reach, palms together, hands to heart center. Take a breath or two here. Now we're going to add on the half lift and the back bend. Follow along, inhale, lift and reach. Exhale, dive down. Always bend into your knees, even if it's just a little bit. So inhale, lift halfway. So half forward fold. It looks like this. You can see my back is flat. And then exhale, back down. Release the neck, release the breath. Inhale, rise. Now back bend. Cactus arms. Lift your chest, look up. Pull in at the navel. Equal weight on both feet. Now on your next inhale, reach up. We're going to do that flow 2 more times. Exhale down, forward fold. Bend into your knees, relax your back, relax your head and neck. Inhale, half lift. The chin comes off the chest and your back is as flat as it can be. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach. Palms come together at the top. Back bend. Cactus arms, push your hips forward. Take 2 or 3 breaths here. Little smile on the face, perhaps, if it's not there already. And now on your next inhale, reach. This is the last time we'll do this flow. Exhale down, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway, half forward fold. Exhale, back down, forward fold. Inhale, root through the soles of the feet as you rise up. And then back bend. Push your hips forward, put a curve in your back. Inhale, palms come together, and now let's bring the palms down to heart center, just like this. And then take a moment, let your heart rate come down. If it rose there, just notice the effect of these movements and this breath. With feet still right underneath your hips, let's bring the arms up overhead. We're going to clasp the hand, or let's take the left hand and hold on to your right wrist, like this. Lift up and over. We're going to hold this on one side. So we're reaching to the right, straight over the side body. This is a side body stretch, a stretch for the oblique muscles. Push your right hip out. Breathe. Let yourself move down into this side bend a little more on the exhales. Couple more breaths here. On your next inhale, gently rise up. You can shake out your arms if you want to. And then switch hands so that you're grasping your left wrist. Reach the spine up, pull the navel in. Exhale over to your right. And long, deep breathing. Push your left hip out. So you have an oppositional force. The hip is moving in one direction, and your arm is stretching in the opposite direction. Long, deep breathing. Pull your navel in. Exhale. Let's take one more breath, one more inhale and exhale here. Reach over, inhale, rise. Good. Bring your arms down and just shake out everything just a little bit. Stepping out like this. Make sure that you're secure, that you have a mat underneath you, or that your floor is it's not slippery, okay? And it might be if you have socks on, so check that, okay? Hands on the hips, we're gonna do some big hip rolls. So with the hip rolls, use your knees, bend into your knees. You're also using your quadriceps here. Try to move from your hip points. This is what's creating the big circle in the air. This is also opening up the hip area, bringing flexibility there. Go in the opposite direction now. Let's do 3 more times around in this direction. And then come up, step both feet back in, hands down for a moment, standing mountain pose. If you like, you can close your eyes or look softly down. Take note of these past few poses, the continued long, deep breathing, and how it's making you feel or helping you to feel in mind and body and emotions and spirit. Just notice. So we'll end our standing poses this time with tree pose. And so again, a reminder, because we want to make sure that the chair is always available to you so that you can practice your balancing. And I don't want anyone to fall. So please do hold on and take care of yourself. So for tree, take one of your legs. I'm taking the one that's farthest away from the chair. Just begin by shifting your weight and then pointing your toe. And so now you have a lot of different options. Okay, this can be your pose. Maybe you want to bring one hand up in like a half Anjali Mudra, prayer mudra. Or maybe you want to bring your hands together. Or you might want to bring that one foot off the ground completely. So you're really literally standing and balancing on one foot. And then decide if you want to hold on. If you'd like to attempt to take your hand away and hold the balance. It's up to you, just go ahead and play with it. Take a moment or two more. Then try to come out in a controlled way. Just walk it out a little bit. And then let's do the other side. I'm going to move my chair to one side. And again, you know what to do, but first of all, start in your mountain pose and feel centered and grounded. It's easy to feel a bit unbalanced and asymmetrical after doing one side. And then when you're ready, take that foot and you can start by pointing the toe and turning the knee out. So your toe is still on the ground, but it is balancing because both soles of the feet are not fully on the ground. And again, play. Remember to breathe. You can also bring your foot up underneath your knee and hold on, or bring your hands away from the chair. Long, deep breathing. Hugging at your core. That will help. You can always grow your branches, make different arm positions. And try to do this just as much on this side as on the first side. So feel into that for yourself. How do you feel? When are you ready to come out of this pose? When are you symmetrical? When are you balanced? And this all helps with our personal awareness outside of yoga class as well. So developing our awareness, and then bring your legs down, take a moment. And now let's go into a seat one more time. So do find seated mountain pose. Check your posture. Now you can close your eyes, leave your eyes open, but we are going to work on the face. And so we're going to do lion's pose to start, and this is excellent for releasing the tension in the face and the tongue. And we've done this in class before. It looks pretty silly, but it's very effective, lion's pose. We're going to take a deep inhale. On an exhale, stick out your tongue and look up. So 2 more times. Deep inhale, look up. And 1 more time. Inhale. Good. Scrunch your face up and then release. Scrunch your face, purse your lips, look silly, release. And 1 more time. This last time, exhale out through the mouth, release the muscles in your face. So gently close your mouth, but maybe leave the lips just barely touching. Or maybe open just a little bit. Relax your tongue down. Where else are you still holding tension in your face? Let's take our relaxation together at the end. I'm going to walk you through the body, but go ahead first and just get relaxed. Sit back in your chair. Let your feet just be out and comfortable. Let your belly be out. You don't need to hold your belly in anymore. and you don't need to control your breath anymore. Just let your breath be any way it wants to be. Bring your awareness to that spot between your eyebrows. Yoga, we call this the third eye. It's an energetic point that connects us to our wisdom. Bring your awareness down to the tip of your nose, to your chin, to the middle of your throat, to the middle of your chest, right shoulder, right elbow, right wrist, right palm of the hand, back up, right wrist, right elbow, right shoulder, middle of the chest, left shoulder, left elbow, left wrist, left palm of the hand, back up, left wrist, left elbow, left shoulder, middle of the chest, moving down to the navel point, right hip, right knee, right ankle, right sole of the foot, back up to right ankle, to right knee, right hip, navel point, left hip, left knee, left ankle, left sole of the foot, left ankle, left knee, left hip, navel point, middle of the chest, middle of the throat, chin, tip of the nose, and back to the third eye, that spot between the eyebrows. Whenever you're ready, you can actually stay here and relax, of course, for as long as you want to. If you're ready to move, you can roll wrists and ankles, wiggle fingers and toes, move the head from side to side. Gently open the eyes. Come back then to a seated mountain pose one more time, bringing hands together at heart center. This is Anjali Mudra, a mudra of gratitude, a gesture of gratitude. And I thank you for joining me here for Chair Yoga Online. Please give me your feedback, and I'm excited about going forward and doing more of this with you. Namaste.